What's good, family? Shout out to the boss lady, Lizzie Corinne, for boosting up your man the YB coin. Wow. So, as you can see by the pic on your screen, Martin BAKOLE just smoked Tony Bumka's pack for him. Now, listen, this cat, Tony Bumka, yeah, has had a lot of hype around him. He actually beat Joe Joyce in 2016 for the Olympic gold medal. And I've noticed that about a lot of these Olympic cats, they're soft like butter. Yeah? And I've watched the Joe Joyce versus Tony Yoka. And to be honest, in general, I'm just not impressed with Olympic boxing. The quality, I mean, watch it. Go watch it for yourself. Go watch Tony Bumka versus Joe Joyce in the Olympic final. It does look like two big bulbous slow dudes. I don't know, playing touch, but yeah. But anyway, the point is he become Olympic gold medalist. That comes with a lot of clout, yeah. And ever since then, there's been this whole kind of thing. Oh, Tony Yoka, in the back. His name's always been mentioned as if I remember a few years ago, people saying, "Oh yeah, AJ, he won't want nothing to do with Tony Bumka." Yeah. And by the way, just quickly, for you man who don't know, obviously Martin BAKOLE himself has lost to a cruiserweight, Michael Hunter, who, by the way, just went life and death with some random bum himself. So the point is, people, Tony Bumka just got put down and moshed by Martin BAKOLE, who's proven himself to be pretty weak-hearted to some extent. Now, Martin BAKOLE's trainer made excuses and says, "Oh, it wasn't the real BAKOLE." But either way, the fact of the matter is, yeah, Martin BAKOLE quit against Michael Hunter, a cruiserweight. Michael Hunter himself don't look all that. And now, so the man who quit Martin BAKOLE just schooled and bullied the big Mr. Gold Medalist Tony Yoka. That's where the big controversy is here. Now, let me get back to my story and my narrative I was getting to. There's been a lot of hype and a lot of implied hype around Tony Bumka. Oh, he's the next best thing. As there often is with Olympic medalists or gold medalists. It makes sense. The whole follow-through is supposed to be, especially when you think historically there's been great names who have transformed the gold medal in the amateur game to serious success in the pro game. But unfortunately, we just don't see that these days. Didn't Michael Conlan, for example, win some medal or something? A lot of these so-called Olympic dudes are soft. Yeah? And it's not their fault. It's not the Olympics that makes them soft like butter. But still, I'm not sure what it is. In general, I've been exposing for a while. The quality of men in general is weak. Yeah? It's soft. Super soft. No doubt about it. And this fight for me sums that up. Tony Bumka came out looking shook to death. Now I'm not sure. Tony Bumka he's been struck off in the last few years for taking PEDs. Now to be honest, this performance from Bumka, bear in mind he's the big hype job. And he's going in there with Martin BAKOLE, who's known to have quit already. You'd think this wasn't one of them ones where Tony Bumka came out and stuck it on BAKOLE and then got clipped and realised he didn't want it. No, Tony Bumka came out and he was on the back foot running from the quitter, from the jump. It made no sense. You're the big guy, you're the big star. I get it. For example, look at AJ's career. AJ's career, he was the big star, he was the Olympic medalist, and for most of his early career, he came out and he represented that. He came out looking to throw bombs. This cat, Tony Bumka, he ain't doing even a bit of that. He looked like he was shot to bits already. He looked scared, he looked vulnerable. Now, I just mentioned about the PED thing. Why is that relevant? Well, it's well studied and well known that people who are used to taking PEDs, especially if they've been fighting using them, when they come off, it shoots all their power, it shoots their aggressiveness, it shoots their confidence, etc., etc. This guy, and I don't know, but if you told me that, I mean, I can't lie to you, I've never watched a guy fight before, but he just looked shook out of his boots. Yeah? And what I don't understand is, this was a fight he didn't need to take. Tony Bumka didn't need to take this fight. It's not like, well, he was mandated and... No. Why is that relevant? Well, he didn't need to take the fight, so why would you take a fight against a man you're shook to death of? I don't know. And it's not as if, when you watch the fight back, Martin BAKOLE's sloppy, man. Any half-decent heavyweight will sleep Martin BAKOLE. His skills, his punches are very sloppy. Got this weird sloppy style. I don't know whether BAKOLE was acting sloppy because he had someone super soft in front of him in Tony Bumka. I don't know, but let's not make it's not as if. I mean, I'm happy for BAKOLE. BAKOLE was ecstatic at his win, which makes sense. Yeah? BAKOLE has been struggling in recent times. He lost that embarrassing fight where he quit against a cruiserweight, and he's kind of been written off since then. So I get why he's really happy, and I am happy for him. But let's be real now. BAKOLE didn't beat the YOKA that most people would have in their mind. He beat a shadow of the man. The man looked broken from the jump, and BAKOLE actually puts him down in the first, I think it's the first round or second round. Oh, it's all the way bad. And this sums up boxing in 2022. Hype jobs with no hearts. With no heart. There's no grit in any of these guys. And even BAKOLE, to be honest. BAKOLE had the guy down, and even he didn't have no oomph about him. What happened to finishing people? What happened to that? BAKOLE gets the guy down in the first round and don't do anything since. He in there trying to box with the guy. Go in there and get the job. What happened to that? What happened to going in there and capitalising? Oh, no. I'll knock the guy down in the first few rounds and then I'll play touch butt with him for 10 rounds. So all around, it's a poor show. But this for me, anyone who's on the YOKA train, like I said, for a long time, people would say things like, oh, AJ ain't gonna want none of YOKA. AJ's ducking YOKA. Listen, you might know me. I don't like AJ for nothing, but listen. I'll tell you who AJ ain't ducking. He ain't ducking no YOKA. No Bumka. Yeah, that's what he's not doing. Even this scary AJ would knock this Bumka out. Useless he is. Useless. He's like big for nothing. He's big, but he just don't do nothing. It's very odd. Very odd. Especially when a cruiserweight stopped BAKOLE. Stopped BAKOLE, yeah? And YOKA, his shots had nothing on him. He looked like a victim the whole night. So I'm not sure what's going on. After the fight, even in the post-fight interview, YOKA looked broken. But he didn't look shocked. For example, we've seen fighters lose and look shell-shocked. Like, what has just happened there? It's almost a bit... When AJ got beat by Ruiz, yeah, he was almost... He didn't know what... it was almost unbelievable. But YOKA almost... looked like he knew he was going to lose. YOKA's post-fight interview, his mannerisms, he wasn't shocked. He honestly, if I found out in months' time that YOKA's been struggling with depression or something, that's how he looked to me. His performance looked depressive. His it all just looked a bit off. I'm not sure what's going on here, but listen, I'm not sure what's going on. I think there may have been some rumours actually recently that maybe YOKA's struggling, and if that's the case, he shouldn't be in the ring in my opinion. And again, I talked the other day about bad managers. Not looking out for their guys. Yeah? Eddie Hearn's renowned for this. Now, to be fair to Eddie wasn't involved in this fight, I don't believe, but in general, this guy YOKA, in my opinion, shouldn't be in no fights in that state. And I'm speculating, I don't know, maybe he's on top of the world. But you watch that fight and tell me if that particular fight looks like a man on top of the world. He looked broken in there. He looked broken. Yeah? And like I said, BAKOLE didn't even look all that. BAKOLE was in there just throwing these normal slappy shots and walking forward with his hands down, and Bumka made BAKOLE look good. Look great. BAKOLE didn't look great, but YOKA was that bad, he made him look great. BAKOLE was even shocked when he got the knockdown. He couldn't believe his luck. He couldn't believe his hype job. And I can't lie to you, before the fight, I almost put coins on YOKA. And the odds were crap as well. The odds was plus 133. So you put 100 quid on, you get 133 quid back. To back YOKA, Bumka. I nearly did it because I thought, wow, and this is the thing you see, this is the problem with hype. We've all heard about, Bumka, he went to the Olympics. Bumka, AJ ducking him. Bumka this, Bumka that. That's what we heard. And I can't lie to you, I haven't even really watched the guy fight, but because of all the hype, I thought, wow, this guy must be super dangerous. Because AJ was ducking him, and I know BAKOLE quit against a middleweight, so let me just get that bet in now, get some free coins. I'm glad I didn't do that, because I'd have been pissed right now, and I'm half pissed anyway, because I just don't like watching these things. I can't Boxing for me is dead now, I'm afraid. I'm actually done with it. If it wasn't for, I'm telling you now, if I get my situation set up here where I don't have to talk about this sport, I'll be more than happy, because I'm just not impressed. I'm not impressed with a whole lot of it. There's probably a handful of dudes who are actually worth watching, who actually represent what the sport's supposed to mean. Yeah? Going out and giving it what you've got, putting all your chips in. How many fighters today can you sit there and honestly say are going to go all in? Which is what they're paid to do. Yeah? And it's funny, people say, YB, it's not, boxing's not like other sports. Listen, like I said, in other sports, it's accepted that you go all in. Now, a lot of boxing fans, they make excuses. Oh, but YB, in running, you're not being hit. Listen, if you don't like being hit, don't join boxing. Do you get that? I don't understand it. All these weird fans, oh, but YB, you can't compare boxing to a running race. Yes, you can. In a running race, we expect people to run and give what they got. We see plenty of times runners get to the end of the track and on their back after it because they're knackered. How many times have you seen a boxer at the end of a fight knackered? Canelo was jumping on the ropes and doing God knows what, he just fine. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? He didn't go all in. Yeah? He didn't go all in. He didn't put all of his chips in. He didn't go for broke. In fact, we've seen runners before get halfway or get 3/4 of the way and run out of gas and just drop off. That's the equivalent of going all in, where you get stopped. Getting stopped in running is like getting to 75 metres and just running out of gas and your wheels falling off. In boxing, the equivalent would be going in there and getting stuck in and getting knocked out or whatever before the bell goes. These days, it's all about self-preservation. It's all about hearing the bell no matter what. As long as you can hear the bell, you can then say, oh yeah, but I only lost on points and I didn't get knocked out. That's what everyone seems to have a hard on about now. It's about survival. None of it's about daring to be great. All this talk about Bomelo. Yeah, Bomelo did not dare to be great. Bomelo turned up, got paid $50 million and didn't really break a sweat. He was in gear 1 the whole fight. Embarrassing, to be honest. It's embarrassing people consider Bomelo to be great. He's a bum. Yeah, facts. Compared to the people in history who were truly great, Bomelo couldn't lace their boots. Yeah, because when it mattered, he ain't turn up. And it's same for these rest of these cats. Tony Yoka. He gets put down. He didn't even try fighting back. He just carried on doing what he was doing and losing. I don't know what it is, but everyone today don't seem to have no minerals. Yeah? No minerals. And like I said, if you ain't got no minerals or you don't want to dig in, find another sport. Because no one ain't ask you to join that sport. I believe if you join that sport, you know what comes with the territory. Surely. Oh no, YB, he's different, YB, why don't you box, YB? What's me boxing got to do with the fact that these guys aren't of the crop we've seen in the past? I'm not comparing them to aliens, I'm comparing them to what we've seen in the past. And now, it's a rarity to see someone actually put up a fight now. That's just a fact. Today's fighters are full of spoiled on-top fighters that look great when they're winning any adversity and they roll over. That's just the bottom line. Every single time, guaranteed. No one... And the worst thing is, boxing's called having a fight, isn't it? Having a fight. The whole point of having a fight is to get hit and come back, is it not? People don't do that these days. They get hit and they roll over. Look at AJ. AJ came out against Usyk. First round, got popped in the mouth and went into defense mode. Didn't want to know the whole night. That's the definition of the opposite of having a fight. And that's why I respect Tyson Fury a lot more. Because guess what? He gets put down against Wilder and has his best round. Despite being trained by one of the most useless trainers in the history of the game, Ben Davison, in that first fight. That's what fighting's supposed to be about. And again, even in the Steve Cunningham fight, Fury gets put down, he comes out and has his best round and stops the guy. That's what greatness is, people. Yeah? Greatness isn't getting whacked around the ring by Mr. Blobby and then going into the rematch and shitting your pants for 12 rounds and running around the place. Big bulbous, buff-looking dude as well. It's embarrassing, honestly. I'd be embarrassed to be anywhere near Anthony Johnston. How's this big buff dude going to get filled in by Mr. Blobby and then shit his pants for 12 rounds? How embarrassing. Yeah? I'm telling you now, it's an embarrassment. Yeah? Truly embarrassment. No doubt about that. Wilder gets filled in by Fury, comes back and gets filled in again. He want more. Yeah, that's great. That's what great. That there is the foundation of greatness. Yeah, he want more. He want to be not. Wilder signed up to get knocked out some more. That's great. Wilder could have easily gone in there, yeah, and tried to play touch butt like AJ did against Ruiz and try and fanny around. He went in there and went out again on it. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. That's true. That there is the foundation of greatness. You can't be great without that inside you. You can't be, I'm afraid. And from now on, I don't want to hear about no more technical greatness. From now on, we ain't talking about greatness until I've seen you put it all on the line. That's as simple as that. Yeah, because we can all have great skills. Having great skills and losing, or not even putting it all on the line, what's the point? You might as well not have no skills. If you're just going to roll over at the first sign of adversity. Yeah? AJ a whole bunch of times finds adversity against Ruiz, shits himself. Finds adversity against Usyk, shits himself. Yeah? And this is against people who are theoretically and physically inferior to him, if you get what I'm saying. It's embarrassing. Like, if there's ever an opportunity, Tyson Fury was outgunned against Deontay Wilder in the first fight. Facts. And there's no one will ever let me believe that Tyson Fury had more power than Deontay Wilder in the first fight. Nonetheless, he gets put down. Even though that wasn't his style then, he come out fighting. He come out swinging. That's the foundation of greatness, people. And you might not like some of you weird, goofy fans. Oh no, YB, my favourite fighter is AJ, and no, you can have all you want. I'm just telling you the fact. That's the facts. Yeah? So, the rest of these cats, BAKOLE and Tony Bumker and all these other guys, man. And YB, it's so easy for you to say, listen, I'm just calling it what it is. Yeah? I'm calling it what it is. And these cats are getting paid way too much money as well for what they're delivering. I bet Tony YOKA probably got paid over 100 grand for that. To turn up and get, I don't know what you'd call it. Yeah? Just big lazy heavy bag. So I'm not impressed, but this fight sums up pretty much everything that's wrong at the moment with boxing. Yeah, it's full of people who should be playing croquet. Truth be known, these cats should be playing polo on horses. Yeah, go and take up go-karting. And even then, I said the other day, even in Formula 1, people have got more. I mean, them guys go into corners at 200 mile an hour. Taking real risk. Oh, YB, boxing, so much risk. Listen, like I said, if you don't like it, go and take up croquet. Yeah, I'm sick of hearing about how much risk it's taken. Because really, when you look at these guys and how they're fighting, I don't think they are taking risk. Oh, it only takes one shot, does it? You man ain't engaging. What are you talking about? It only takes one shot. AJ, what do you mean it only takes one shot when you just shit your pants against Ruiz for 12 rounds? Explain that to me. What do you mean it only takes one shot? Yeah, don't be wrong. When we've seen wars in the past, then you can say it only takes one shot, but you ain't in no wars. You're actively avoiding getting stuck in. You actively ran around for Mr. Blobby for 12 rounds. You actively avoided Usyk for 12 rounds. About it only takes one shot, and that's why we have to be cautious, because we don't want to die. That shit's so overplayed in boxing. It really is. Massively overplayed. And it's used to give people an excuse not to get stuck in. But YB, what about all the people who, you never know, it's one shot, YB, and listen, if you're scared about one shot, you need to retire. How about that? And stop scamming the fans. Because the fans ain't signing up for the fans ain't signing up for you to go in there and shit your pants for 12 rounds about one shot, one magic shot. Yeah? And I see a lot of UFC fighters, I mean, look at Tony Ferguson last weekend. Got the God knows what front kicked Muay Thai out of his bonds. Yeah? Stone cold. And there's enough dons in the UFC who go out stone cold week in, week out. Yeah? Boxing, who going out stone cold these days? Let's be real now, who going out? Who? Go on. It wasn't Bomelo. It wasn't Johnston. It wasn't all the other bums. It wasn't Bumker. Yeah? Week in, week out in the UFC, dudes are being choked out, they're being knocked out. In the boxing, they shit their pants. They quit. They roll over. They have their belly tickled like Bomelo. Yeah, Bomelo found himself in a fight and did what he always does. didn't turn up, found a way to lose. Yeah, didn't want to dig in. Threw his toys out the pram, got frustrated. Bivo hasn't jumped on the floor like the rest of the useless bums I've fought. Like Billy Bum Saunders. Yeah, and Caleb Plant Bum. How about that? That's what he did. Oh, what do you mean, Bivol? You know what, Bivol? Are you not going to jump on the floor like Sergey Kovalev did in the 12th round? That's what he said, 100%. If you listen carefully, you can hear Canelo, you can hear Bomello saying to Bivol, "Oh, Bivol, why aren't you jumping on the floor like I paid Kovalev to do in the 11th round?" That's what he was saying. Yeah? "Oh, Bivol, what are you telling me? You're not going to jump on the floor in a big heap? Really dramatically, like Kovalev did?" Yeah? That's what he said. These dudes expect to go in there, put a few shots together, not get hit back, and then their opponent to jump on the floor and or quit, like Billy Joe sausages. Yeah? That's what they expect. "Oh, what do you mean? Oh, Bivol, I hit you 3 times and you haven't jumped on a heap on the floor yet. Oh, I'm going to pick you up on my shoulder now because I'm pissed off. I'm frustrated that you haven't jumped on the floor. Oh, I'm pissed off that you haven't gone to you corner and jacked like Billy Ho in the 8th round." That's what he said, 100%. Yeah? So, listen. I'm happy for Bakole. For whatever that's worth. But, oh yeah, I'm just done. Truth be, I'm done with this whole lot.